My grandmother had one rule she repeated more than anything else. Never lift the blanket after midnight. She never explained why, but her trembling voice was enough to scare me as a kid. When I grew older, I forgot about it until the night I learned the reason myself. Night one, I moved back into her old house after she passed away. The place was small, always cold, and full of memories. I slept in my childhood room, wrapped in a soft blanket that still smelled faintly of jasmine. At exactly 12:01 a.m., I heard a strange sound, a soft, careful brush. Brush like nails sliding across fabric. It came from under my bed. I lay frozen, listening. The sound lasted only a few seconds, then stopped. I convinced myself it was old wood shifting and finally fell asleep. Night 2. The second night, the sound returned louder. This time it wasn't brushing. It was scratching. Slow, dragging scratches moving from one end of the bed to the other. My pulse quickened. I almost lifted my blanket to look, but my grandmother's words flashed in my mind. Never lift the blanket after midnight. The scratching continued for nearly a minute, then faded into silence. I didn't sleep again. Night 3, by the third night, I was already scared before getting into bed. I kept a lamp on and wrapped myself tightly under the blanket. Midnight came like a warning bell. The temperature dropped instantly. My breath turned white. And then I felt it, not under the bed, under the blanket. Something cold touched my toes. Then my ankles. Then it began moving upward, slowly crawling beneath the blanket with me. My throat locked. I wanted to scream but couldn't. Then came a whisper, warm against my ear despite the cold. Lift it. The blanket started rising from my chest from the inside, as if something underneath was pushing up. I slammed it back down with both hands and stayed perfectly still until everything went quiet. Morning warning, I searched everywhere but found nothing unusual. Then I noticed the underside of my blanket, 3 long blackened burn marks near the bottom. Shaking, I went through my grandmother's old belongings and found her diary. Near the end was a page titled, "The Night Feeder." It read, "It roams after midnight. It seeks warmth. It crawls under blankets of the living. Never look at it. Blankets hide you from its eyes. If you lift the blanket, you invite it forever." The last line chilled me. I saw it once. That was enough. It has stayed with me ever since. Night 4, I should have left. 1 didn't. Midnight came and the scratching began, instantly violent this time, rapid, angry. Then the whisper returned. "Let me see you." Cold fingers wrapped around my ankle. Not one many. Thin, long fingers squeezed my leg, pulling downward. The blanket began slipping off my body, inch by inch. I held it tightly with both hands, refusing to let it move. The creature hissed beneath the blanket, furious. It pulled harder. I clung harder. Finally, the room warmed again. The fingers loosened. The presence faded. It didn't win that night, but I knew it would try again. Aftermath, I left the house the next morning and never returned. But running didn't fix anything, because the creature didn't stay in that house. It followed the warmth. It followed me. Last night, in my new apartment, right after midnight, I heard the same soft scratching. And worse, the blanket lifted on its own.